Not far east from the unmistakable buildings of the nation's capital. We got a building that's also unmistakable in sight, but bears a new name. Welcome to Northwest Stadium here in Landover, Maryland. Today, a couple of rivals from the NFC East squaring off. Between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Washington Commanders. We're through the first quarter of this season. Hard to believe, I know. As we kick off in this Week 5 contest. And he mishit. This one badly. It's out of bounds short of the 40, and they're going to take over at that spot. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10.
Great. Set. 180.
So already on their first drive, they're going to burn a timeout.
Head out about 10 miles or so from the Capitol Mall, and you will arrive here at Northwest Stadium, just outside of Washington, D.C. Today, we've got a Week 5 matchup in store here, as it'll be the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Washington Commanders. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now ETN to start the drive. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Well, this defense for the Eagles, they were excellent a week ago in that victory over Indianapolis.
One of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number? 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to 43. It's a first down Washington on a pickup of 18.
For a Commander's first down. First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Off the play fake, Daniels. They'll get this out to the flat for ETN. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
A lot of times the key is just get him the ball, let him do his thing, and they got it out to him on the left side, and he did exactly that. Excellent run after the catch.
They go play action. Daniels. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
They had their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
That's complete to Travis Etienne out of the backfield. And he takes it in for a Commanders touchdown. Travis Etienne, his 11th touchdown on the year. And the Commanders are on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by York is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game.
Commanders 7, Eagles nothing.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. The Eagles in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42.
Hey, let's go. Trimmer. 63. Delta.
Barkley inside handoff. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
First down. A gain of 11 on the play. And an Eagle first down.
Set. Anyone hit? Miami. Delta.
They'll run it again with Barkley. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Absolutely no trouble moving the ball on the ground on the first 2 plays from scrimmage.
Absolutely. You know what I really like? The same guy carrying the ball on both plays, and what drives me crazy is when a back has a nice run, he taps his helmet to go out of the game. I would want the ball again and again and again because you've established really nice momentum, and now you're seeing the field really well.
Hey, 73. Delta.
Now a toss right to Barkley. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down.
Delta, set. Anyone hit? Delta.
Throwing is Hurts. Got this complete to Jahan Dotson. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 31-yard line. Again to Barkley out of the gun. They'll get it to the 23-yard line. Just what you want on a first down run. 2nd and 2.
The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
60. Trevor.
And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Give him 4 yards as he does it himself, and it's a first down.
Now, that was a designed run. Now, remember, if a quarterback goes feet first, he's protected. But if he dives head first, he's not. On that play, he figured the risk was worth the reward.
Hurts. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. The safety blitz turns out to be a great call defensively as they sack him for a loss of 9. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Here's Hurts to throw. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Hurts sets up to throw it. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Saquon Barkley from 21 yards away. And the Eagles are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line.
22-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you've got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 23 yards the pickup there.
And the Commanders first down. First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
These two teams all tied after one. Second quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Let's go. Cavity Lions. Ready.
To the air goes Daniels. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
No sense risking anything there on first down. Even though he's still in the pocket, he had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in a spot where the only people who can make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in.
Couldn't hang on third down.
Brings up third down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
Panther 11. Panther 11.
Working out of the gun, Daniels.
He's going to sling this deep downfield. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
And that's a good bounce back after giving up a touchdown on the opening drive. Just one first down permitted and then out. Obviously no loss of confidence with that defense, and now they get to turn it back to their offense.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Yeah, he was looking for the check-up bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
In motion left comes Brown.
Hurts with a little pop pass on the jet sweep. And a great read by the secondary. They come up to stop that touch pass before it can even get back to the line. And Hurts going to move him around.
At the 28-yard line.
Throwing on second down.
Hurts. Open man, that's Devontae Smith. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a first down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Here's a fake on the jet sweep as they go instead with Barkley.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. This short throw caught by Goddard.
And Goddard going to have an Eagles first down as he'll get this down to the 40.
9 yards that time.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. 20! Down the right sideline.
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown.
Jalen Hurts,
43 yards. And the Eagles have taken the lead. Elliott on for the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game.
The score, Eagles 14, Commanders 7.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Breaks through the contact. And he's going to be out of bounds here as the run back will leave him shy of the 20-yard line.
Ready, set.
the Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
Ready, go!
To throw is Daniels. Got a man. It's the rookie out of the 3rd round. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
On the go!
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Daniels from the gun on 3rd down. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air, and defensively, they were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it.
Cowboy 80!
Daniels going to throw for it. He'll try to do it himself. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. A give to Etienne running right. Touchdown, Washington. Travis Etienne, his 12th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Commanders are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Extra point by York is up and good. And we are tied at 14.
Cade York to kick off.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Airing it out deep for Smith. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Let's go.
He'll drop to throw. This is caught. It's Brown. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down.
Well, tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trey Amos.
You can easily see the logic. It's a tie game. They just wanted to press it a little bit right before the half, hoping to get one more score.
Now, easy to second-guess the result, but now you have to think after that interception, just a field goal, and they're behind at the break.
Yeah, I think at the half, the head coach just says, look, that's on me. I wanted to press it, but it's because I believe in you guys.
down the sideline he goes. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. A great effort there. 39 yards. And the Commanders will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. York on now for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And they'll opt not to return this, but since the ball did hit in the landing zone, this will come out to the 20.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together and maybe get in the field goal range. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Back to throw. Now Hurts is going to do it himself. Able to locate his running back open downfield. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts.
This short throw caught by Goddard.
2nd and 11 now.
They'll look to throw again.
Oh, his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Trey Amos. And the Commanders force the turnover. They'll take over at the 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And with a 7-point lead, they'll likely look to take this to the locker room and not really press the issue.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line.
Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts
as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
79 Broncos. Let's go now. 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal. Ready?
From the shotgun, it's Daniels.
Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack.
Now the Commanders going to burn the second of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
Go. Cougar 19.
Throwing now is Daniels. Now he'll tuck this and run.
On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
19 tight. 19 tight. Ready?
A final shot before break. Daniels. He's going to go up top again.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Reed Blankenship. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half.
So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. It's the Eagles ready to see the football first, and they trail here as we resume action in this 3rd quarter. Oh, a good return up past the 30. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
This one goes out wide for Barkley.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. Play action. Here's Hurts. Rush coming, and he's taken down. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards.
But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back. And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
Here is 3rd down and 4.
Up the middle with Barkley.
And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. 61 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it.
And Hurts is intercepted, his 3rd of the game. Picked up by Trey Amos. And he will bring this one back. An interception return for a Commanders touchdown. Well, Charles, just some visibly frustrated players and coaches on that sideline right now because those halftime adjustments didn't work. The turnover problems continuing here in the second half, and the defense now sitting pretty comfortably as a result of that pick 6.
I think that's a great observation, too, Brandon, because they did make adjustments at halftime. But how about this other group staying a step ahead despite whatever happened in that other locker room? No surprise they're leading, and it's appropriate that those defenders got to add to the lead directly.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as these guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
From the gun, it's Hurts. Oh, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down.
He couldn't get rid of it. He winds up losing a yard. It's 2nd down.
You can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
And they'll get this well across midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
That's good.
I don't care what level of football you play. This one was a universal, wasn't it? When we were kids and we played touch football, remember we get in these positions and you just say, everybody go long and hope someone will come free.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
6 yards there on the keeper at 2nd down.
Well, that's what he can do when he keeps the football. It's not a huge game, but it shows how hard it can be to stop it.
Yeah, and I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained, and in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage out of it. He's a tough guy to stop.
From the 31, Hurts. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Devontae Smith.
30 yards.
And the Eagles have cut it back within a score.
Elliott good with a PAT. And they're within 7 now at 28-21. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. Well, there to make the tackle, Khalil Mack.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
From the 25, here's 2nd down and 8. Play action, now it's Daniels. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 27 yards there, a 1st down.
Time to give some credit to the big fellows, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11.
They go play action. Daniels. They'll get this out to the flat for ETN.
And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. So the completion good for 7 there. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
Here's Daniels. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 31-yard line. Back now here on EA Sports.
It's Washington with the football and the lead as we start the 4th.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Back to the ground with ETN. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. 77 yards now for ETN, and he's got a 1st down.
Washington, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Off the play fake, Daniels. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself.
Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds.
Now 2nd and 3. ETN up the middle.
And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5.
Daniels looking to throw.
And that is incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a two-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. Dorrance Armstrong picks up his second sack of the afternoon. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Here's Hurts to throw. Now he's going to step up and run. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
It hasn't been the cleanest game for him, but there was a sign of improvement as he looks towards the next one. Nice bit of scrambling to move the sticks, and even more importantly, he didn't risk adding another interception to his ledger.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing is Hurts. Open man has got it, the tight end. Well, he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And he'll get it down to the play to the 37. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Over the middle, complete. It's Brown. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25.
That's another Eagles first down.
They go play action with Hurts. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down. Hurts. And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 4 yards to go on 2nd down from the 7. Hurts sets up to throw it. Now a run here. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jalen Hurts taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Eagles have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Elliott good on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. I don't want to say that they're completely against the wall here, Charles, but all of a sudden, with the run that they've been on the other sideline, this is down to a 3-point game. They got to be careful.
Not much space from their back to the wall there. So you're exactly right. They've got to be careful here. But this is where the value of note-taking and recall comes into play. What was working earlier? Why was it working? Can you get those types of matchups again? And can you run those plays that'll get you a little bit more breathing room and a little bit of space?
And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning.
On second down, ETN once more.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Pass caught. It's Lane with it.
And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. They hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over.
Washington goes for it, but it does not pan out.
And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position.
Here's 1st and 10.
Here's a give to Barkley.
A good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
They'll look to throw. This short throw caught by Goddard. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
That's a nice job right there, partner, because they were able to work down the middle of the field, working in the seams, because I think defensively, they were guarding the sidelines, trying to keep them from getting out of bounds. They took what they gave them, and it was successful.
Pass complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield.
They try to sell people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 15-yard line.
Back to throw.
He finds him again, Saquon Barkley.
He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow. Wow.
Elliott good with a PAT. And that will make this a 4-point game.
Commanders 31.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And able to get this out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
He's back to throw.
Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Picked off by Jahad Campbell.
When you talk about making winning plays, that is a winning play at this stage of the game. To come up with that interception, huge.
I like how you identified that because most people think winning plays are the offense trying to get it done. In this case, nursing a lead, they found a way to make a play on that side of the ball and maybe finish things off.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
As the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts. And as the two teams talking over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. The 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down. Again, it's Barkley. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1.
Now
Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. It's first and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. Smith catches left side. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. That was an excellent come-from-behind victory, Charles, especially there in the fourth quarter. Both offense and defense were clicking. They're going to feel good about this one.
Boy, are they ever, because the deficit they faced certainly wasn't small. They obviously did not give up on that one, and in the end, how about that come-from-behind victory? They'll cherish this one for a while.
So for Philadelphia, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1. And they'll have another road date next week with the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for Washington, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.